dogs.
Save the dogs, man.
Got a lot of gross people.
Speaking of animals in a positive way, you love horses, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many do you have now?
I have 4 right now.
It makes sense. She's a Sagittarius, half horse, half person.
Yeah.
And Sagittarius love animals. She doesn't even like people. She loves animals.
Damn.
I like some people.
Yeah, okay, well, you know.
Not many.
Nah, man.
Well, I mean, there are more good dogs than good people.
You prefer animals over people. Keep it real.
Yeah.
There you go. It's
I
typical
mean, most
Sag.
people do, I would think.
No, pretty much Sagittarius is there on that stuff.
So
We're crazy, though, right? Horse girls, that's like the thing.
I'm married to Sagittarius, so yeah, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I believe it.
is that why you're single? Just kidding. So listen, at the end of the day, right? I think a lot of people hate you because you make a lot of money, in my opinion.
Well, sure.
But also content as well goes a long way.
Sure.
So how do you deal with haters and still stream and still do what you got to do, even though it's constantly you're being hated on stream, some things in person? How do you deal with that?
I actually think haters are a good thing, especially in like the social media space, because they are the most loyal broadcasters of like your brand anywhere. You know, it's like every time you do something good, it doesn't go nearly as viral as when you say something kind of like, edgy that some people might hate you for, and they'll take that far. So I actually farm haters, and it's fine because they work for you and they work for free, and they're obsessively working too. They'll work overtime. Damn. Even if you try to ban them, they'll just come back stronger.
And you've been streaming for how long?
I've been streaming since 2016, so almost a decade now.
Damn.
How much money have you made total?
Roughly 50 million.
Well, yeah, at least, you know, uncles, at least, and that's just from OF. So
that's crazy.
Because $2 million a month.
That's crazy.
For that period of time. Damn,
bro.
More than 50 million.
Me and you are in the fucking 1%, bro.
And they say like,
and we're not making anything compared to this. I feel poor next to you. That's crazy.
Oh.
And I'm rich. Like what the hell?
You're doing fine.
Man,
okay?
I'm not doing like you. God damn it. I want some 50. I want 8 figures, man. The hell with this 7 figure shit. I want to do that.
What other streamers close to you in income you think? Pokimane, Senna, any of those?
I don't even know what they make.
No?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the guys though, the big guy streamers are typically always better off than the girl streamers. You know, like
they actually have
$100 million deals and stuff.
They actually have content.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
it makes sense.
A girl can only look pretty so long, you know.
Right, exactly. And so that's why.
How many times you're gonna smile or you know?
Exactly. Like we have an expiration date
Yeah.
starting off, so that's already in our disadvantage. You know.
What about collaborations? Like who have you collabed with in the streaming world?
I've collabed with XQC. I've collabed with Miskiff a lot. SFend. See, Stream World. I think we've had a lot of people on because I've done like game shows and stuff too. Austin shows, big one.
Did you do Pokemon?
I can't remember if I collabed with her directly or not. I have collabed with offline TV in general, so it's like I guess by association, but I haven't been called up Pokey and been like, "Hey, girl," you know.
Who's your best friend in the industry? You would say.
Ooh, that's tough because that kind of.
Yeah.
True. That kind of depends on the year because I'm probably one of the more consistent ones, and there's so many streamers that aren't consistent. So like at one point, I guess I was in Austin a lot, hanging out with like OTK members, Miskiff and co. Other times it's been some other cosplay e-girls. I've had like Peach Jars over several times. Alinity has been over. It's just, you know, it just depends on the season, I guess. Currently, right now, I don't think I have like a buddy streamer.
Do you have a rivalry with somebody? Do you have a rival on OnlyFans where, okay, she's making like 40, I'm making 50, I got to make more than her? None of that?
No.
Competition's just for guys?
You're at the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, also, like, when you're at this level, I'm kind of, like, beyond, I guess, most girls, streamers for sure. I'm sure there are other people on OnlyFans that made millions of dollars, but you can't really, like, see them as competition because it's not like a live stream platform where it's, like, you are in a directory together.
That's
and
the
it's
thing
like,
about
you know?
guys. With everything's a competition to guys, man. Like if you're in the elevator with a guy, you're not gonna do anything, but you size them up. I think I can take this dude. You know, it doesn't have to be. That's how guys are. With women, oh man, she looks better than me. I hate her.
Yeah, a lot of girls do that. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of pettiness out there for sure. But I only think that being competitive with the OF girls makes sense because a lot of girls hide the amount of followers they have, hide the amount of money that they're earning, so it's like you can't really tell.
Why do you flex it then?
It makes articles write about me more.
So it makes you more money by flexing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Earn media.
I still wonder why you would put your income out there, but no, it makes sense because you go viral.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
OF girl makes 40, 50 million. I mean, me and you are millionaires. Could you imagine some dude making 50,000 a month?
Bro.
I mean, a year? Sorry. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn.
Yeah, it's good promotion for your OnlyFans because you can't really promote it yourself directly on platforms or else you get banned. So it's if media articles are writing about it, it's kind of like one of the best ways to promote it indirectly.
How would somebody that's new to the industry get followers and people to go to your page? Because obviously OnlyFans doesn't promote you, so you're kind of stuck in that kind of like blind spot. How do you get people to come to your shit?
You have to thirst trap essentially online.
Yo.
She's honest, at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's what girls are doing. If there's any girl thirst trapping and she doesn't have an OF, I don't know why she's bothering risking getting shadow banned by the algorithm. It's like I feel like every girl who posts like lingerie or like bikini pics has some form of paywalled content typically. If they don't and they're just like a model or actress, maybe that's different. But
Because of your career, do you even have relationships?
it's really hard to maintain relationships,
Yeah.
even with just friends. Like I can't even count on like I don't even have 10 friends. Like my friends are pretty like who I hang out with in person are
Her
pretty
friends,
much
Benjamin
my
Franklin.
staff and my friends at the barn that I board at my horses. You know.
Well, if you
So
actually pay them, are they actually your friends? I'm just putting it out
that's
there.
a good point. It's a good point.
It is what it is.
You're right.
I think they become friends after a while.
Yeah.
Well, at least she seems very friendly. So
Yeah. Well, not all friends stay forever, anyways, regardless whether you pay them or not. So we'll see. We'll see.
damn.
No, I just say that because I've had staff before that try to be my friend and then they like go crazy.
Has
in the end.
anyone like stolen money from you?
Ooh.
Besides the government with
Good.
taxes.
Well, they steal everyone's money.
Right,
man.
right.
I'm just talking about has an employee stole like any money from you?
No,
No?
not that I know of.
Okay.
I mean,
I put the seed in her head. She's gonna right after the show. She's gonna start checking everything.
So behind every
good
great
question.
OnlyFans thought, there's a man usually, right? I just wonder, is your man behind your operation?
No.
No, never
No.
was.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
discussion for another time, but
Okay.
yeah.
So so a guy got you hip to the game, and after you learned the game, you cut him loose.
Sure. That's
Sounds about right.
Sounds
yeah,
about right.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Because it's funny.
She's not even funny.
In Miami, I know guys that manage OnlyFans girls, and like without them, they'd be cooked. Because the marketing, all the exposure is through their agency for the girl. If not, they're cooked.
Yeah, a lot of these OF girls are the breadwinner, you know? So, I mean, that's increasingly more popular you'll find with like girls making money.
Never in my life will I could imagine a woman making more money than me and being in a relationship.
Actually,
Hell
like
no.
it's more common than you think, even with non-OF girls,
Yeah.
because that's the case with like the two girls I brought with me. You know, and my staff, Angelica, she makes more money than her husband, and
Oh, shit.
Kyla also makes more money than her husband. So
They might not be the husbands for too much longer if
Wait,
that
how do
happens.
you respect your man when you make more money than him? How do you?
I
how
have
do you
no
guys
idea.
respect your man when you make more money?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because he supports me in like every other way.
Emotional support.
Is he animal?
You can get a dog for that.
Yeah, bro. Like, what the fuck?
I think it's a little bit different. Yeah, a lot of women cope by like animals, you know, but it is different when you have like a person supporting you. It's not like I'm feeding you literally, you know, it still has to be like engaging conversation.
Let me ask you something. You pointed to the fact that they have husbands they're supporting, they make more money.
Well, I guess
Would
you're
you
asking.
ever have a man who makes less money than you?
Yeah, sure. Especially now, you know, because it's like I have who am I gonna meet that makes more than $2 million a
NFL
month?
player.
Brain damage. Oof. risky.
CTE? Damn.
Cooked.
Well, also she don't like niggas, bro. So I mean,
That's not true.
Yeah, it depends how much money they have in their bank account.
I mean, I like a lot of like ethnicities. I think like skin color does not matter. Literally,
How come you never been with the black guy then?
I think it just hasn't. You know, I haven't met one that I felt like is compatible with me personality-wise or attracted to. But I also don't put myself out there, right? It's not like I'm trying a lot of them and I'm like, oh, this didn't work out. I just don't really try much.
that's fair.
Yeah. I think
Listen.
it also depends where you live too, regionally. You know,
You're in.
I am in Houston, Texas, and growing up, you know, I didn't actually know a lot of like black people. It's mostly Hispanics.
But you didn't mess with them though.
I didn't mess with anyone. I was a virgin until I was 20, so I didn't really mess around at all.
Wait,
So
what?
20?
Yeah,
How old are you now?
21. Of course, no. 31.
31?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm hitting the wall, man. You know,
20.
gotta
I mean,
get
you
as
gotta
much
get-
money as I can before, or else I have to start making MILF content. You know.
She's real with it though.
Yeah, keeping it real.
She's real with it.
So I guess question is like, all right, obviously speaking, you're a bit older now. Things are obviously going to slow down at some point. What's your plan to exit, or do you have a plan at all? Or did you invest any money at all you made into things?
I invest most of the money that I make, actually. I think that's a huge thing that a lot of, especially women, just don't think about doing. They think that it's just going to keep lasting because the money's so easy. Why would it always be this easy? But as you can see, platforms get, ban happy. So you never know. So definitely I do invest. So at this point I could retire. I'm just kind of, because I can keep going, why not? Because I'm still young, and I feel like when you don't plan to work for the rest of your life, that's a lot of years. Do you really want to be capped at all? I feel like you're always going to think about, like, I should have worked harder while I had the opportunity. Like, you're never going to regret if you just work as much as you can.
31 for girls are young though, but so
that's true.
yeah,
See?
Yeah, see, just keeping it real.